It's Tech Lid, and we're bullish, baby. We're going to talk a little bit of boxing right here. This is a tweet from ESPN Ringside, right? This was something that Keith Thurman was quoted for saying. But before we get on with this, subscribe to the channel if you have not done so. What we do over here, we talk sports and we play bingo. Thumbs up to the video as well if you like it. And if you don't like it, it's all good too, right? It is what it is. But we're going to get right to it. Keith Thurman was quoted saying this, right, on Fighting Younger Boxers via BoxingScene.com. These young guys need to know Keith Thurman is not a gatekeeper. If they try to find out, they'll learn that the gate is welded shut. Now, I know a lot of people are probably saying Keith Thurman is washed up. Keith Thurman is done. He don't love boxing no more. Well, guess what? Keith Thurman is still that dude. He only has a loss to the iconic Manny Pacquiao. Maybe it was a fight he should have won at the stage of Pacquiao's career, but it was one of those fights where Pacquiao had one last great performance, and they say that every single fighter that is great has one last great performance. That was the one for the iconic and legendary Manny Pacquiao. Now, as for what Thurman is saying about the young guns, this is when the division is going to get super interesting. We got Terrence Crawford, we got Errol Spence Jr., talks of Undisputed going on, and then all of the moving parts of the welterweight division. You got Jaron Ennis, you got Vergil, Ortiz, and then you got the elder statesman, Keith Thurman. All truth be told, Keith Thurman, he should have next. Undisputed of Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford, Keith Thurman should actually get the next shot by default, just based on the resume, on the history, and what Keith Thurman has done. He should have next. But we might have a situation where there will be vacant belts, perhaps, because they're not going to be able to fulfill mandatories. So you got the next crop coming up, Jaron Ennis, Vergil, Ortiz, right? Now, what's going to happen if Jaron Ennis or Ortiz face Keith Thurman? One of two things. The youth will prevail. They will be too young, too strong, too much stamina, all that stuff, right? We're not sure with Vergil Ortiz. Vergil Ortiz knocks everybody out. What's going to happen if he gets taken the distance, deep waters? Maybe stamina is an issue for him. If there is one guy that could do it, it is one-time Keith Thurman. He's gone in the trenches. He's fought those fights till the last bell. Jaron Ennis, highly skilled, in my opinion, also highly overrated. But when I say overrated, it's not so much a knock on him, but a knock on the fans that support Jaron Ennis. Because I think a lot of fans get carried away with Ennis. Yes, he's a tremendous talent, but a lot of you folks talk like Jaron Ennis is a Hall of Famer. The dude ain't even won a strap yet, so y'all gotta kill that noise when it comes to Ennis. One of two things, like I said, will happen. Either the youth will prevail, or the fighter who is close to being great, right? Because I think Keith Thurman is top-notch. Definitely an elite welterweight. What if he has that great performance that one night against the Young Bucks? Then that is what happens, right? And that is something that has happened before, and it happens continuously in boxing. Let's say Jaron Ennis loses to a Keith Thurman or Vergil Ortiz. That does not mean the end of their career. Just because you take a loss to someone doesn't mean that it's done for you. That might actually make them better fighters. Take Shawn Porter, for example. He lost to a prime Kell Brook. If you ask me, the career of Shawn Porter actually ended up being better than Kell Brook's career. but he did lose to Kell Brook, had to rebuild himself and became a better fighter because of that loss. So to say all that, I'm going to say all this. Do not count out Keith one-time Thurman. He could give these young dudes a run for their money, and he could also give him the first L of their career. Peace and love to the Tech Lid Legion.